if you're wondering which waffle maker to go with, this video is the right one for you. Today I'm going to compare 3 different waffle makers. We have the Cuisinart, which is kind of the #1 bestseller right now, so I want to see if it deserves that ranking. We also have the Amazon Basic. Is it pretty basic, or is it basically just like the Cuisinart but at a better price point? And then we have the Nonstick. This is a double waffle maker, so one challenge I always have is just waiting for the different batches. If it can make twice as many and just as high quality, maybe this is the right one. So stick around. I'm going to show you the differences of each of these waffle makers. I'm going to make them all today, and I'm going to be unboxing them so you can kind of see and know what to expect to get inside. Okay, first up is the Nonstick. So it's the double waffle maker. Let's go ahead and see what we get here in the packaging. All right, we have the materials. All right, this looks like there's a little plate here to catch some extra batter that might come out on the side, perhaps. Ooh, look at this. Now this is pretty. I see these like in like hotel lobbies where you just kind of like spin it and just out it pops. So I'm really curious to see how this works. So you can see it says turn, turn. So you got to push in this little button to open it up. Okay, that's where you pour the batter, snap it, and then imagine you turn it and then do the other side. There we go. And it says fill this side first, so make that key. Whether you want to make 1 or 2 waffles, pour the batter on the side, pasting the tips first. That's the secret to success. Please don't tear off the tip in case you forget which side to use first. I think they're talking about this tip, but it's not a sticker or anything. It's printed right on there. So that's interesting. So this plate goes underneath to catch any batter that may be released of the sides, just like so. Good for easy cleaning. Comes with the recipe book. We got the classic chocolate taco waffles, banana bread waffles. I didn't see Belgian waffles, so I'm gonna try one of my Belgian waffle recipes on all 3 of these today. All right, next up, Amazon Basic. Let's see what we get. We have the materials. All right, pretty basic as far as packaging. Let's take a look inside. All right, we got some tips on this one as well. Before adding ingredients to cooking plate, please preheat the appliance till the green light turns on. Okay. All right, pretty basic. We got a dial here to make it easy to turn exactly where you need it to. And finally, the Cuisinart, the #1 bestseller right now. Let's take a look. Cleanups, okay. All right, what do we get? Let's see. Okay, we have the materials. It looks like a warranty registration, some instructions. This is much smaller than some of the other instruction tablets. Oh, that looks nice. Let's take a look. All right, we have some manual controls here as well. This controls like the browning of the waffle. And I feel like this is a little bit smaller print than these other ones here. So let's take a look at the Amazon Basic. So we have right here, these are much larger, like kind of like cells within the waffle maker, and these are much smaller. The Nonstick, so this one's very comparable to the Amazon one as far as the size of these little divots. Okay, let's go ahead and test these out and see how they taste. All right, I got my batter ready to go, and they're all preheated. As you can tell, they do have like these little green icons to let you know that it is preheated and good to go. The Amazon Basic also has one. The double waffle maker doesn't have one, but the red light turns off once it's ready. So, and then just as a reminder, you gotta fill this side first. So we're gonna try that. Also be mindful that the first time using these waffle makers and any heating appliance really, it's gonna have a slight odor and maybe even some smoke coming off it as you're preheating. It's recommended to just try to burn off as many of those like manufacturing chemicals as possible. And if you're really worried, just discard the first batch of waffles. So, okay, so this one calls for half a cup. This is the Cuisinart. I'm gonna give half a cup of this mix here. Okay. And then I set it for medium browning. If it has a setting for browning, I'm going to do medium for each one. The double waffle maker does not have any type of adjustments available. So we're just going to go ahead and pop this guy. Okay, we're going to close that, and then turn, and then lift. Oh, that is pretty cool. That was very satisfying. And then we're gonna do that, another half cup. Okay, I think I leave it there at that point. And then we have the Amazon Basic. Let's do another half cup there. And we're gonna see how this turns out. As you can see here, the Amazon Basic does have a number of settings. It's got warm, light, and then dark. And I have it set for medium in between pale and dark. Here's that light I mentioned. It's probably after we added the mix, the temperature did drop a little bit, and that's why it's showing red. Same with the Amazon, with the Cuisinart. We're still green, so it's still the temperature, so it's doing its thing, cooking it. Yes, I see a bit of batter coming out of the Cuisinart. I may have added too much. I did put half a cup, so we're gonna just see how it turns out. It's not overflowing, so it's not too bad. These other two, they're doing pretty well. The manual actually recommended a whole cup in the Amazon Basic, but I thought that was a bit much. So we're just gonna see whether that's accurate or not. And these are approximations depending on your particular mix or recipe. It might be a little bit thicker, and it just may form to be as a thicker type of waffle after cooking it. So it just really depends. All right, Cuisinart, let's take a look here. Ooh, that is looking nice. So that is medium. Okay, that is looking very pretty. Let's go ahead and take a look. I'm just gonna pop that out, and that did pretty well even without cooking oil. I just realized I did not put any type of spray on these. It is recommended to use some spray. So let's take a look at this. Let's do this next one here. Ooh, that one looks nice. Okay, look at that. Pretty good. I can see that this is gonna be thicker, and the Cuisinart is like kind of like the thinner waffle style. So we're gonna pop this open, turn this back, and then pop this guy. There we go. There we go. All right. So that was about 4 minutes of that one. And Amazon Basic, not as browned. So it's kind of fluffy still. So I feel like that didn't cook as quickly as the other two. But let me just go ahead and ramp it up a little bit. All right, we just gave it an extra minute here. So that looks a little bit better, not as floppy, but still not as brown as the other two. So the other two definitely cooked more quickly. So take a look at this as far as texture. Now I'm going to create another batch with each of these, and then I'm actually going to discard this one. Okay, let's go ahead and pull up the Cuisinart batch number 2. So this definitely does crisp up a lot more quickly. I would probably use level 1 or level 2, or just give it less time in general going forward. And then let's take a look at the Sindalt. All right, so this one is a little bit thicker. Looks like it turned out pretty well. Let's go ahead and give it a turn. Push the button, flip it. There we go. Ooh, look at that, it's pretty. And then finally the Amazon Basic. Let's take a look. All right, pretty good now. So I will definitely turn it for darker if I want it a little bit more crispier and cook a little bit more quickly. Okay, level 1 at 3 minutes actually gave me the consistency that I'm looking for this particular Cuisinart waffle maker. So there you go, we're gonna try tasting it now. So I didn't use any type of cooking oils or sprays, so these are truly non-stick for all of these, so that's pretty impressive. Kind of makes cleaning a lot easier afterward. All right, so giving you my final thoughts on these 3 waffle makers. As far as cleaning, it's very simple. All of these have non-stick, so I was able to just wipe them down with a wet cloth. You can use a little bit of liquid soap, but don't use anything abrasive or overly harsh. These are meant to be just wiped off. As you can tell, it was so easy to just pull off the waffles without leaving a batter or a mess. Now, as far as the Cuisinart, I think that as far as the texture of the waffle, it was a little bit too thin to my liking and a little bit too crispy on even at level 3. Level 1 was less crispy, but I don't think I like the thinner waffles in general. I've always grown accustomed to larger Belgian waffle styles like these two. This is the double maker, and then this is the Amazon Basic. And so I would rank this a 3rd, in fact. But really, it's honestly up to your preference. As far as being able to create the waffle, it did just fine. It doesn't have any type of extraordinary mess. I would say that there seems to be some issues with craftsmanship. As you can see, there's like a little gap here that's just kind of like sticking out from the side. As far as the hinge, it does a little bit, but I think that's a tolerance thing. It is built like that. All of these waffle makers have that little bit of tolerance to it. This dial does in fact control the brownness of it, and it does do pretty well with it. I prefer level 1 compared to just level 3. I can't only imagine 5. It would just be a little bit too much. Now, my second choice would actually be the Amazon Basic. This did pretty well. It was able to cook the waffle, but it was a little bit slower than both of these, I would say. So I did have to turn it to its high setting. It does have a manual dial, which is kind of nice. I kind of like manual dials in general. And it has, of course, the ready power screen. It's easy to store away and put away. It has like this little kind of thing that sticks out from the bottom of it, and you just kind of wrap the cord and it's good to go. The Cuisinart has a slightly different cord management system. It does have this little band here to keep it tracked like that. And then finally, we got the double waffle maker, which is, in my opinion, the winner here. To be able to make 2 waffles at one time is huge. It just speeds up the process twice as fast. And it was even faster from like a single waffle maker. Even if this was a single waffle maker, it was faster than the Amazon version. And I love that you can just spin it and then apply the next layer right on top. So I only used half a cup, which I think is just the right amount. If you wanted a full rounded waffle, you can do that, but you're gonna get a little bit more of a mess. If you used a whole cup, you would definitely get that rounded shape of a waffle and fill this entire thing, and you'll likely get a little bit of overage. And what I like about this, it does have a cup, so it does catch that overage, and you can just wash this off, but it just requires some extra cleaning on the sides too if you do that. But I really like this mechanism. You can even do this one-handed. I was doing it one-handed the entire time, but you just flip and then you turn and then you add the next one in. Now, the only downside to the double waffle maker is that it is huge. This is likely not something that you can just kind of store in a cabinet. You can, but it's just going to take up a lot more space in general. It's going to take up the same amount of space as these two if I were to keep both of these and just like stack them. This is still larger than these two volume-wise. So it will likely have to sit somewhere on your counter, somewhere on my counter, unfortunately, because this is the one that we have chosen. It's just so much faster to be able to cook with a double waffle maker. Anyways, I hope you found this helpful. If you are interested in purchasing these, the link is in the description below. Check it out. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.